Hi guys, and thanks for joining me today. This is Mike with Designs by M, and I am part of the Crafters Castle video hop for this month. And this is the card that I am making. It is featuring the papers from Sherri Baldy's My Bestie, who is the sponsor this month. And we are creating this cute slide out card. It's a double slide card with an action wobble on the front. So it's really not that hard to put together. So let me show you how I went and did that. But before I go ahead and do that, I want to remind you guys that this is part of the video hop for Crafters Castle. So which means that we have 6 design team members, and I have the links down below. So you have a chance to enter a $12 gift certificate to My Besties Shop. So, and all you have to do to enter is to subscribe to all 6 design team members' video channels, and we have to make sure that we are able to see that you've subscribed. Make sure you leave a comment and something specific about the video, and let us know where you're from. And when you're done with doing all of those things for each of the 6 designers, there's an email address that I have down below for you to get entered. So make sure you go ahead and do that so you don't miss out, because these are really fun digital papers to use. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and put this guy together. All right, so here's some of the supplies that we're going to be needing. I have a plastic bag that I cut down to about 2 inches by 12 inches. And we'll probably trim it down a little bit more lengthwise later, but it's just a grocery bag. You want something plastic. I have some foam squares, some double-sided tape. I'm going to have my ATG. I cut out the little sentiment from one of the My Besties digital papers. I have this piece that I went ahead and cut some slits into it. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. I went ahead and I printed and I cut out and I colored my image, and then I also created a shadow layer for my image that will glue on top of that. And the shadow layer is just slightly bigger so that when it layers onto this layer, you can see a tiny bit of black outline. So for this layer, it's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. This layer is 3 3/4 by 5. This layer is 4 by 5 1/4. This layer is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we have our 2 pieces that are actually going to slide out. And I went ahead and printed on these and cut these out as well. So this is 3 1/2 by 5, or this is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. I'm sorry, let me do that again. This is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and this is 3 1/4 by 6. And it's slightly only longer because this is going to be the pull tab to the side. And I went ahead and I've glued on just 2 little donut things that I made, because I'll end up putting a ribbon in here and I don't want this to rip, and I wanted it reinforced just a little bit. So I glued 2 little donuts in there so that it is a little bit more secure. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I think I want to do is get all my layers down. And so, like I said, all of these are going to be layered on top of each other. So let's just start layering. All right, and this, I'm going to glue this on the back. All right, now after I got done gluing this on, I think I also want to make this an action wobbler. So I'm going to attach this action wobble spring to the back of her. This is going to be a really big interactive card. Or not big, but full of little surprises. So we're going to put that there. That's approximately right in the middle of her and it won't be seen. Let's pull off the backing of this piece. There we go. And so she wobbles. All right, perfect. Now let's get to the hard part. And it's really not even that hard. So we're going to take our plastic bag and we're going to thread it through this piece of paper here, these slits that we made earlier. And back through the other one. Perfect. And now what you want to do is get your double-sided tape. And I'm going to put a piece here. And maybe just another one right next to it, parallel here. And you're going to fold this on top of itself. And you don't want it too tight at all because you want it to slide. So I'm just going to move this down just like that. There you go. And now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it right there. All right. Perfect. And I'm just going to kind of slide it a little bit back there. Nice. And if I wanted it a little bit more, I think it's going to get covered, but if I didn't want that sticking up, I could just cover that. This isn't going to be seen, this piece. And basically this piece is just going to slide. So, just like that. All right, so after you have your piece cut out, you're going to want to make sure you know which way it slides. So this one is going to be on top and we want to pull it to the right. So just make sure that the top piece, you can slide it to the right. And it slides to the right perfectly. And I'm going to move this all the way to the left where that seam is. And mine kind of locks a little bit where all the tape was, which is fine because you're going to take some more tape and you're going to put a piece of tape now on top because you're going to secure this to the top. And I'm just going to put two pieces here. And now I want to take this and about like that is fine. And now I want to take my second piece, and my second piece is going to go on the back. So when you flip it over, it's going to be hidden like this. And since this one is poked out a little bit, I want this one to be poked out a little bit just so that people can know what kind of card this is. So let's put that here. Slide that guy out of the way real quick. So I'm going to put a piece of tape here. I'm going to put another one just to make sure it's secure. And we'll put him right back to where he was, which was about there. Right. And when you pull this, in theory, it'll work better once it's all put together. This pulls out like this. All right. And I'm not even sure we're going to be able to see that once everything's put together, but it's cute. So now we're going to grab our card base. I forgot to tell you that we do need a card base that is also 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So let me get that and I'll show you. All right. So the next thing that we want to do is we are going to put our foam squares on the top and the bottom here. And just some words of wisdom when you're doing this, make sure you line it up a little bit more evenly than I did. That way you can just lay your foam squares in. I'm going to have to be a little crafty with mine. So, but that's okay. I will just go ahead and cut some in half. And the reason why I'm having some issues is because when I do my cards, I do them with you guys so that I know if they turn out. You guys see my mistakes, so you guys can learn from my mistakes, things like that. That is the reason why I'm always doing things with you guys rather than practicing and then they look perfect, because cards, come on. When you see the ones on YouTube and they look beautiful and perfect all the time, they've either practiced the card a lot of times or they edited a lot of stuff out. And you know, sometimes cards do come out the first time, don't get me wrong, but the majority of the ones that we see are edited. So, and I don't edit out my mistakes. So that's me. So we will take off that, and this should be able to fit on top of that. And I want those tabs to be poking out of the side, which are fine. Just like that. That looks good. Perfect. And I don't know if these are still these might still be too wide. They might not be, but they might. Those are still too wide. Okay, no problem. So we'll get another piece of this. I think I have just enough. Yes. We'll cut this in half again too. All right. And we'll lay this guy here. And we'll lay this one here. And we'll take the backings off. Like so. All right, I got to stand up. Got to center this on the back of this card. Perfect. Let's see if it works. Whoa! It worked. I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about the Halloween not showing up, but at least I have the other saying on it. And I think it came out really cute. So let me throw some ribbon in here and let's see what it looks like with some ribbon. All right, so I've gone ahead and I just added some black ribbon that I had, and I went ahead and added the sentiment at the bottom, and we've got our action wobbler, and then we've got our double slider card. Ta-da! And that worked out pretty well. Pretty impressed. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget that I am part of the Crafters Castle blog hop, and basically what that means, or video hop, I'm sorry. So basically what that means is make sure you go visit all the 6 design team members that are linked below so that you get a chance to enter this month's prize giveaway. And all the details will be in the description box below. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on my videos. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.